I guess in this video I'm going to discuss about the difference between sys.database versus sys.sysdatabase in Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio. So in 2005 SQL Server sys.database is a system catalog view, and there are number of such views comes under the sys schema. And about sys database, so it comes under Microsoft SQL Server 2000, and which is a still backward comparative design, and it's all metadata tables that exist in SQL Server 2000 here. And here about sys database, so it can be referred as a sys database or dbo.sys database. So it comes under sys schema. So let's understand by example. So at here I'm going to use select statement. So at here select a star from. So if I write at here directly database, and so here I'm getting the error message incorrect incorrect syntax error here. So you cannot directly use the database at here, but if you're going to use at here select a star from. So select a star from, going to use sys, and hereafter data base, right? So if I'm going to use this databases, so here there is no any error, so let's execute that. So at here getting some output here, name, db id, sys db id. So here I'm not getting this error because the sys database, so it comes under sys schema, and it referred as the sys database or db.sysdatabase. Now hereafter let's write the query for sys.database and sys.sysdatabase. So at here going to use select a statement, and here select a star from. Select a star from sys.databases. Sys.databases going to write. So here you can find our databases, and here sys databases. So let's use first sys.databases. Now here after going to write select a star from sys.sysdatabases. So there first I'm going to use sys databases and sys.sysdatabases. So here if you execute this two query, so here, so this is the output. Now let's compare the output. So first at here, let's first I'm going to use at this point. So first query is sys databases. So this is the output for sys databases. So total numbers of columns at here, check. So here total numbers of column, it's selected. Okay, here is the total numbers of columns. So this is the 68 columns. By using sys or database, I'm getting the total numbers of columns 68. But to add here, if you're going to check this one, so at here I'm getting the column. So column at here getting total 68, and here I'm getting the column only, or total numbers of columns at here column. So going to use this term there, call only 12. So that means at here sys.sysdatabase. So sys.sysdatabase, this is the old. So that was introduced on Microsoft SQL Server 2000. So that time there is backward compatibility, and it's a tool also that this is the less less rows and less columns and less things. But at here there is one thing that launch on sys.Databases. So this is newly launched on 2005. So there is more description about all those things like name or DBID, and there is some extra things added. Now let's compare the extra thing here. So this is at here. So see at here, there is some extra thing you can find. So here, first name is same. Okay, let's go up. So name is same, database ID is same, source or database. So at here, source ST. So there is SID at here. Source database there is showing at here null values. Now here after mode, so there is you can find mode. There is no mode at here. So at here, this is the extra column owner ID, owner SID. You cannot find owner SID. Now create it there. Compatibility, here you can find uh, compatibility levels. Okay, here you can also find collection name. So there is the collection name you cannot find at this point. Yeah. So this is escalated. So you cannot find in old version. And here user access. So catalog here, but user access you cannot find at here. So user access description multi-user, so you cannot find in older version. Now hereafter, so there are so many things you cannot find on older version like sys.sysDatabases, but new version of sys.database you can find lots of new things. So at here you can find a state description, and here after you can find a snapshot isolation, and here after a snapshot isolation description you can find. Thereafter recovery model. So there are so many extra property added on this database. So this is newly introduced. So that here it's the column number here 68 and here 12. So this is the difference here. So here this is the important point. So sys.databases, so it's the launch on after SQL Server 2005, and here there are numbers of views, all those things are higher, and this is the order. So here total numbers of columns are less, and here this is the columns number higher, and so many properties added at sys.databases, and you cannot directly use at here database. So if you give at your databases, so here you can know here this is the name or invalid name it's showing, because so directly you cannot use. So by using this, so here sys if you are going to give at this point sys.databases a schema name, after that you can use. So at here this is the important point, sys schema. So here sys schema sys.sysDatabase can be, so here directly you can use sys database because it comes under sys database and reviews dbo.sysdatabase. So this is the difference between here these two, sys.sysdatabase and sysdatabase. So I hope guys this video is helpful for you. So now in this video it's over. So thanks for watching. See you next week. Thank you.